Hey humans, Coach Mindy here with your Find the Drive workout of the day. Today we have all the things 2.0. Essentially, you have 3 separate workouts today, all in one. Starting out with a 5-minute AMRAP, which is going to be made up of 10 jumping squats, 5 push-ups, 10 sit-ups. As many rounds as possible in 5 minutes. Then you're going to wait 2 minutes, built-in rest there, for a 5-minute EMOM of 8 devil's presses, meaning every minute on the minute for 5 minutes, you're going to do 8 devil's press. Then another 2-minute rest to close out with another 5-minute AMRAP of 10 dumbbell thrusters, 5 6-point up downs, we'll talk about what that is, and then close out with 10 ground to overheads. So 5 minutes of work, 2 minutes of rest. 5 minutes of work, 2 minutes of rest, 5 minutes of work. I know it sounds like a lot, but we've done something like this before. You're gonna be fine. All right, to get us started, 2 times through our warm-up, starting out with 30 seconds of jumping jacks. Start out with feet hips width apart, short, sharp jumps, making sure those knees do not collapse in. 30 seconds of those, then you're going to grab your PVC pipe. Feet hips width apart, full grip on the PVC, shrug your shoulders, take it up and over. 10 reps there. Behind the back, again keeping it full grip, shrug the shoulders, up and over. And then returning to the front, again keeping that full grip, shrug your shoulders, take it around. We're going to do 5 per side, so that's 10 total reps, and we're going to alternate every time we get to the front. That'll be your PVC pass-through. Then we'll go to high plank, downward dog. Start out in that high plank position. Get your feet and hands set because they should not change position once we're set. Rock back in a downward dog, trying to push your chest through. Maybe pedal those feet a little bit. Rock back forward and back. 10 total reps there. After our high plank to downward dog, we're going to stand back up. Feet hips width apart, fingertips by your ears. Pinch those shoulder blades together, soft bend of the knee, and hinge for 10 good mornings. After that, feet shoulder width apart for 10 air squats. Hips go back and down, push those knees out. 10 total reps there. Single leg toe touch. Both hands can go towards the ground, reaching for the toes. Eye on the horizon. 5 on one side, 5 on the other for 10 total reps, not alternating. Do 5 on the right, then 5 on the left. And then picking up some lightweight dumbbells just to get the shoulders warmed up for 10 shoulder presses. Again, just getting those shoulders warmed up, so something light to get you started. 2 times through that warm-up to get you ready for all the things. So we'll review each individual piece on its own and each of the movements within. So our first workout is a 5-minute AMRAP. So start a clock, see how many rounds and reps you can get in 5 minutes of the following. First, we're going to do jump squats, feet shoulder width apart. Hips go back and down like a standard squat. Then, as you stand, you're going to jump. Hips fully extend, squeeze the butt, squeeze the gut, and then land right back down to the squat. If jumping is not in the cards, we can go down to that squat, stand all the way up into a calf raise. 10 reps there. To the ground for 5 push-ups next, either from the toes, chest to the ground, from the knees, chest to the ground, or a combination where you lower from your toes, then to the knees, and press up. Whichever one of those 3 options you choose, make sure your chest hits the ground for each rep. Keep those elbows in nice and tight, and keep those arms underneath your shoulders. Don't let them get too narrow, and don't let them get too wide. Finally, for that first AMRAP, 10 sit-ups, laying all the way down. Sitting all the way up with a nice straight back, chest going past that hip crease. Legs can be straight, knees bent, or butterfly. Any of those is good. Just make sure we go all the way to the ground and sit all the way up each time. Use toys, a dry erase board, anything to track your reps. And it is a hard stop on that 5-minute timer. Don't try to finish out the round. I know it's hard. Just count rounds and how many reps you're able to get in 5 minutes. Then a firm 2-minute rest before you start the next workout. The reason for that 2-minute rest is so that you can go harder with more intensity for each of these. So that 2-minute rest may seem like a long time, but the purpose of that is so that you can go hard and fast into the next workout. Our next workout being an EMOM, which is every minute on the minute. So for 5 minutes, every minute on the minute, 8 devil presses. Don't try to ease in more just because you think you can. If you feel like you could, maybe we need to up that rep that or up the weight you're using for your dumbbells. So, reminder for our devil presses. You are doing a burpee with a set of dumbbells. And it's going to look like this. So, instead of your jump, you are bringing those dumbbells from the ground, squeeze the butt, squeeze the gut, and then punch overhead. They track back down. Dumbbells go down between your feet. Your feet either jump back or they step back. Chest to the ground and then up. 8 reps there, every minute on the minute for 5 minutes. 2 minutes of rest to follow. And then we'll close out with our last 5-minute AMRAP, which starts out with dumbbell thrusters. Thrusters are a squat with a shoulder press. They look like this. So, dumbbells start on our shoulder. We go into a squat first. Hips go back and down. Push those knees out. Keep that chest up. Fire your legs. As soon as you're standing all the way up, hard punch overhead. Do not lower until those dumbbells touch the shoulders. It's like an elevator button. Legs, arms, arms, legs. If you find, Murphy here, if you find that your chest falls forward when you go down to a squat, fight to keep those elbows up. Maybe those dumbbells rest a little bit on the back of your shoulder versus directly on top. Keep those elbows nice and high. That'll help keep your chest up and that weight in your center of gravity. Standing all the way up and press. All right, so you're gonna do 10 of those. Weights will go down into the side for a 5-point up down. It's not a burpee because our chest is not hitting the ground. And you know how I feel about the chest hitting the ground to make it a burpee. So, a 6-point up down looks like this. So, I know it looks like a lot. Hands down is 1. Feet back, either jumping or stepping, is 2. Jumping your feet out wide, back to center, back forward, and stand. That is your 6-point up down. You'll do 5 of those. So from the front, this is what it looks like. You jump back or step back. Both of your feet go out like a jumping jack. Back in, and then back toward your hands. So I hope that made sense with me standing up. But I just wanted to show you that's your feet going double shoulder wide, and then back to hips width at that bottom point of that up down. And then finally, our last movement is going to be ground to overhead. It's that center part of that doubles press. So your feet are about shoulder width apart, maybe just a little bit closer than that. You're going to hold towards the end of the dumbbell head. Lower these down so those dumbbells touch right in between your shoestrings. Hips are a little bit higher than a squat. Still try to keep that chest up, eye on the horizon. Stand tall, squeeze your butt, squeeze your gut. Dumbbells curl up and press. Reverse those tracks. Do not move until their arms are fully extended. hinge and down. Very important that you're fully standing before you press overhead and your arms are fully extended before you go back down. So a lot of clock work today. I hope you have that WOD Timer app downloaded. 5-minute AMRAP, 2 minutes of rest. 5-minute EMOM, 2 minutes of rest. 5-minute AMRAP. Go hard and fast for each of these. The purpose is to get that heart rate up. However, we do not ever want to compromise form, so make sure you practice all of these movements before you get going. So after your warm-up, before your workout start, review each of these yourselves, get a couple reps of each, make sure you're moving right. If you have any questions, as always, let me know. Otherwise, have a great workout.